Hello, my name is Selene Scott Feminella. I identify as a multiracial individual. When I'm asked, normally I just say very, very mixed. But if you were to have me break it down, I would tell you that my mother is Italian and Norwegian, Swedish. And then my dad is Ghanaian, Cherokee, Yoruban. But it's like maybe 13 plus different places of origin. There's a little bit of Brazilian mix in there. This is me and my cultural self.
My name is Jacqueline Rodriguez, and I would identify as a Mexican American. If we were to get into the nitty-gritty, most of my ethnic DNA comes from the Americas. Apparently, I am still 88% blood lineage from the Incas, most likely the ones in Peru, but most of my family nowadays is situated in what is now known as Mexico.
Shall we braid our hair?
Shall we braid hair?
Let's go.
I've never really seen my culture in film, more of my ethnic culture. It is something that has now caught my attention because I did look up the people of the Peruvian area, and it was almost kind of freaky because I was like, oh, they have some of my features. The way their bodies are shaped, I was always like, I've never really seen anyone else with my type of body. Never saw that growing up, especially from my aunts and cousins, because they're much taller than I am. I started watching videos from the Incas, and I started watching Peruvian social media artists and stuff like that, and I was like, oh my gosh, they look like me. I look like them. It felt like I was opening another door of who I am. Instead of Spaniard, I have Irish. I was like, huh? I did watch one show called Dairy Girls, set in Ireland, and that was the only show that I watched that ever really portrayed Irish people.
I've braided your hair.
I know, Celine's
Show
braided.
the camera, look that way.
I put little daisies in.
One flower and two flowers.
Oh, she put flowers in them.
Are there any characters in media that have braids that is one of your favorite characters?
I really liked, if anyone's ever watched Encanto, she wore purple. So of course, purple's my favorite color. Yes, Isabella, the sister Isabella, and she had a really long, beautiful braid. And I was like, wow, that's so pretty.
Yeah.
Of course, I think everyone knows Rapunzel. She has that really long braid.
Hey, riddle me this. How come every doll of Rapunzel has her with her blonde hair, but for the end of the movie and for the wedding, she has brown hair? So even dolls of Rapunzel in her wedding dress, it has her same long blonde hair. It's so crazy what the media pushes on us, even in kids' toys,
Yeah.
Seeing my culture in media, I don't know that I've seen a lot of curly hair in the way that I have it. I feel like a lot of Black women or cultures that have curly hair as one of the dominant genes typically have it straightened in media. I always wanted it straightened growing up. I do think that there was also a lot of just cultural work that I had to go through on my own with accepting my hair. I was always told, of course, that my hair is beautiful, but it took a lot for me to believe that and for me to start feeling that on my own. Especially when media, it's the Black girl is always there as the joke or as the smart girl or as the rude girl or as just the super sexualized girl and not really the one that's the comedic relief. It's very tokenized. It's nice to see more and more stories coming out now with Black leads. I think one of the other things that we need to tackle in Hollywood, and one of the things that I've always focused on, we have a lot of light-skinned Black women having the roles that really could also go to darker-skinned Black women because they have even less representation in media. I wrote a children's book for my senior project in high school because I wanted to introduce middle schoolers to as many cultures as I possibly could. I think having artists, whether it be music or acting and theater and ballet, and having more different types of hair types and representation of cultures in that way is a huge breakthrough. I think it's always wonderful to see the diversity and the variety and just being human.